Just in, Tottenham now want to sign £46 million history-making forward. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham Hotspur could look to complete a move for Bournemouth star Justin Kluivert in the summer transfer window, according to reports. With the Dutchman having had the best season of his career and making his name in the top flight. With his superb campaign in the Premier League, alongside working his way into the Netherlands national team, Kluivert has shown his talents on a consistent basis. And he could be a superb addition to Tottenham's ranks under Ange Postecoglou. Tottenham's strong candidates for Justin Kluivert's signing. The report from Court Offside states that Tottenham are a strong candidate in the race for Kluivert, with the 25-year-old being seen as being able to make a significant contribution to Postecoglou's team, and they could target a move for him after this season, where he has been called a history maker by the Premier League after scoring a hat-trick of penalties. Kluivert is one of the most sought-after players of the transfer window, owing to his consistent performances and his potential, which has led Bournemouth to slap a £46 million price tag on the Netherlands international, and that is considered reasonable by interested teams. The Dutch attacker is open to leaving Bournemouth if he receives an offer from a top Premier League club, with Newcastle and Manchester United also thought to be interested in his services this season. Kluivert, son of Newcastle and Barcelona hero Patrick, came through the Ajax Youth Academy and made his name in the first team before a move to Roma, though his time in the Italian capital was stunted by loan deals at RB Leipzig, Nice and Valencia. Joining the Cherries for a fee of just £9.6 million, Kluivert has been an incredible addition on the South Coast with 19 goals in just 60 top-flight games, proving his talents in the toughest league in the world, and that could tempt Tottenham into a move for his services. Able to play behind the striker or off the left-hand side of attack, it means that Kluivert would compete with Richarlison, James Maddison, Mathis Tel and Wilson Odobert for minutes if he was to move to the North London outfit. And having recorded 6 assists for Andoni Iraola's men in the league this season, he's in the form of his life. Journalist Ben Jacobs has provided a big update on Tottenham's search for Ange Postecoglou's replacement, and he has revealed how the US soccer federations feel about reports linking Mauricio Pochettino with a return to N17. It has been reported over recent weeks that Ange Postecoglou might have to win the Europa League to save his job as the pressure continues to grow on the Australian. Various outlets have claimed that Andoni Iraola, Thomas Frank and Marco Silva are the top candidates to replace Postecoglou in the Tottenham hot seat in the summer. However, one former Spurs manager threw the cat amongst the pigeons last week. Mauricio Pochettino admitted that he still has unfinished business at Tottenham, which has fueled speculation over a possible return to N17 this summer. Pochettino took over as the head coach of the US men's national team back in September of last year, and he has been tasked with leading the country into their home World Cup next year. Results have not been encouraging so far for the 53-year-old, but Ben Jacobs has revealed that the US Soccer Federation do not expect to part ways with their head coach and have no fears that his head will be turned. Jacobs told Give Me Sport, "If Tottenham therefore do draw up a formal shortlist and have a vacancy, we're still looking more at the likes of Andoni Iraola, who's very high in Daniel Levy's thinking. Every time there is a Spurs vacancy, Mauricio Pochettino will be linked, but there's no fear within US soccer that his head would be turned, or that he would agree to go back to Spurs a year before the World Cup. Even if the former Spurs manager expressed an intention to return to N17 this summer, it would be difficult for Daniel Levy to bring him through the door. This is because it has been widely reported that Pochettino is protected by a huge release clause to ensure that he goes nowhere before next year's World Cup. Some sources have even suggested that clubs would have to pay at least £16 million to poach Pochettino before the summer of 2026. Christian Romero has been a hugely trending Tottenham topic recently, despite missing a significant chunk of the season through injury. The Spurs defender has made just 3 Premier League appearances since late November due to a number of separate issues. In that time out of the team, he rather brutally called out the club's ownership for not backing Ange Postecoglou in the transfer market. Further public comments, seemingly against the club, came after his return to action against Bournemouth earlier, where he thanked the Argentina medical team for solving the issue that was plaguing him. Despite his controversial comments over the last few months and the fact he has returned to action perfectly in time to represent his country, which has angered some, it is clear Spurs are much better defensively with him in the team. His defensive attributes are impressive, but it is actually his ability on the ball that is so important for the Lily Whites. Given those qualities and how the last few months have elapsed, it is no surprise to see him linked to an exit, with Sky Sports claiming Atletico Madrid are interested in signing the 26-year-old this summer. The worst-case scenario for Tottenham would definitely be Postecoglou, and then, given his clear belief in the Tottenham manager, Romero leaving, but not all hope should be lost if that ends up happening. That is because a Kevin Danso will be signed permanently for £21 million at the end of his loan spell. While not quite at the level of Romero, he has shown himself as a more than capable defender, and that would also mean a replacement has already been signed. It is also worth remembering that Spurs signed Croatian wonderkid Luka Vuskovic for £12 million with the 18-year-old to officially arrive at the club this summer. The teenager has enjoyed a number of successful loan spells over the last 18 months, and seeing how Lucas Bergvall has taken so quickly to Premier League football, Spurs will be hopeful that Vuskovic can have a similar impact even if both Postecoglou and Romero are not at the club for next season. Tottenham Hotspur could complete one of the strangest deals of the summer transfer window, with reports suggesting that Aston Villa forward Donyell Malen is in their sights ahead of a potential summer move to the North London club, despite only moving to Villa 2 months ago. Malen, who signed from Borussia Dortmund, has yet to score for Villa in his 7 appearances for the club. But a superb record at PSV Eindhoven and a decent spell in Germany have shown that he has the potential to excel in the Premier League. But Tottenham have supposedly seen enough to land him in the summer if they can make a high enough offer. The report from COYS states that Malen's future could change yet again in a matter of months, with the forward having sparked interest from Tottenham despite only signing for Villa in the January transfer window. Spurs are looking to strengthen their ranks ahead of next season, and despite only making a handful of appearances in the top flight, Malen's performances have caught Spurs' attention, with the club seeing him as the ideal option to add goals to their ranks. Although Villa chief Monchi only signed Malen in the winter for around £21 million, that could increase in value if Villa do decide to sell him on to Tottenham in the summer. With Ange Postecoglou particularly taking a shine to the Dutchman due to his speed and finishing from across the front line, as well as his assist work, which saw him labelled as unbelievable last week on international duty. He's been put on Tottenham's priority list, and they are willing to negotiate with Villa over his arrival, as they need attacking alternatives to cope with Harry Kane's departure 18 months ago. Last season saw Tottenham finish 5th in the Premier League, but they have massively struggled this time around, and although Dominic Solanke has done a decent job in his first campaign, more goal-scoring threats are needed for the long term and from other attacking areas. Villa aren't ruling out a possible sale if they receive a big enough bid for Malen, and with Monchi being described as market savvy, he could seize the opportunity to close a profitable deal in just a few months. That's it for today's update. If you like the video and want to keep up with everything Tottenham, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for our latest content. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with other Spurs fans. Let's build our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!